Hello once again guys, the Stevo Runs here once again, the channel created for like-minded people who are looking to become fitter and better runners. If that sounds like you, please hit the red subscribe button below and let's go on our running journeys together. Right, so this is quite a simple video today, just me talking out on the field. I've just been on my my morning run on my day off, so quite a simple video today. Hopefully not too boring, but a few things I need to say. Firstly, is thank you to everyone who gets involved on my channel. This is actually going better than I ever thought it would. It's all about the running community here and the amount of support I get and people messaging and all that. That's what it's all about. I love the running community. Everyone's positive and trying to help each other out. And I've received a lot of emails and I receive a lot of messages and comments as well on my Strava and stuff. So thank you for that. You know, this is what I love. I take everyone's advice on board. People say different things and I try and take each bit of advice where I can, and I use a bit of common sense of my own about where I am in running. And I definitely add those things to my runs as well. So I've been taking a lot of advice over the last couple of weeks, especially with the oncoming marathon, which is in just less than 3 weeks now. A lot of people were saying what's right and what's wrong to do. So yeah, thank you for doing that. If you watch the channel and you've never written or anything like that and you've got ideas in mind, please don't hesitate to write a message to me saying what's good and what's not. Like I say, I do take it on board and I will reply to every single person that emails or writes messages on there. I'll reply to every single person. So this is what I do it for, and I absolutely love that we're all putting together and trying to get better at running together. So I'm currently in a stage of recovering from maybe a silly run I've done on the weekend. I know I'd get some people saying it was a silly one, and they are right. Okay, I knew that as well. I just want to say the reasons that I did a 20-mile one at race pace like that. As I mentioned in the last video, if you haven't seen it yet, I wanted to just test myself to see what felt comfortable going around. I think I did that. I succeeded. I don't regret doing what I've done there, but now it's about time to get recovery right. But with regards to that run, my easy zones, if I'm away from MAF, goes up to 158. So I selected my MAF being quite well below that at 150. So my MAF runs are really quite easy, which is exactly how they're meant to be. I've come across that number myself by doing threshold tests and all that, and worked out that I probably shouldn't be 143. I should be a bit higher because I have a high max heart rate. So whether that's right or wrong, who knows? But it seems to be working, and I'm getting improvement. So I'm happy that I did that, and where my MAF journey is taking me. So my average heart rate on that run was 162, and my easy zone finished at 158. So it feels like I was sat in a comfortable place all the way up to sort of 15-mile mark, I should think, where my heart started to raise up like it does. So you get fatigued, your heart rate starts to raise. So again, that's the reason I did that, to see when that starts to take over and starts to get higher, so I can plan the race properly. The mistake I did make is probably following this Training Peaks plan that I got. I'm not sure it's the right one, and a lot of people have come out saying it's a funny plan. It's short. It's a bit too short at 12 weeks, and it's quite intense as well. And also, it didn't really give me a long run. And when I looked online, I'm still learning. I'm learning every day about running. I really enjoy doing it that way. But it did say there should be some 20-mile runs in there, or at least one. So my biggest mistake was probably not doing that early enough. Like every day is a learning day, but I should have done my 20-week one maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that, just to see where I was and get back on a plan and start to recover properly. But I'm probably ditching the plan for now after that heavy run. It's still wanting me to do 2 or 3 hard tempo runs and stuff like that, but I think I'm going to stick to MAF now. I'm confident that I can hold a decent pace to get the 3:30. It doesn't matter if it's less than that, but that's still probably the aim to go for. But I'm going to just run at consistent, say like 155 to 160 or something like that, and just see how the pace is going. When I get past 20, that's the unknown for me, and that's where I could end up bonking and having to walk. But the plan is to not have to walk at all on it. I just don't want to stop. I just want to keep going and going. And I'm nervous and a little bit and excited at the same time about the last 6 miles in there to see what my body can cope with. So I had some bananas on the way around and my gels and all that sort of stuff that you do. Again, I was testing the nutrition on that as well to see what works. The gels I got are banana, caffeine free, so I don't have caffeine now. I've completely jacked that for the last 3 months. So banana flavoured gels every 20 minutes it says to do. So I had one before and I had some during, and I also had a banana about 15 miles in, something like that. So I'll probably take another banana or so. And the nutrition seemed to work there. My stomach wasn't unsettled or nothing like that. So another reason for that run was to test the nutrition, and that's all gone well. So with regards to recovery, my resting heart rate was a little bit raised on the night of doing that, the hard effort of the 20 miles. So it only raised by about 5. So obviously put my body into a bit of stress, but it's back down after just one night, back to its normal sort of range. My recovery heart rate after my run today was 35. My muscles feel fine and recovered. There's a slight tightness in the old quads, I think they called it at the top there. But recovery just seems completely normal. So I'm happy that I've not overdone it too much, but I know that I've not recovered from it yet. So just being on a nice MAF run. They're 50 minutes long. That felt great this morning. Nothing felt different compared to the last ones I did before my long run on the weekend. So I'll probably stick to the MAF now for the next 3 weeks, knowing that I've done a lot of the hard work now. So it's almost like a taper down, but I might do different varied. I'll still probably do the long runs at MAF, and I'll just do the shorter ones through the week as a normal sort of 1 hour MAF run. So yeah, all good. Feeling confident, and then we're gonna just see what happens on that day. The only thing I want to quickly talk about is the new style of running I've been doing. I've mentioned it on another video, you might have missed it, but the Benzie is the name of the book is The Lost Art of Running, I believe it's called. Maybe I'll put a picture up here. This is working out great for me, and I really recommend that people give that a look and to see what it can do for their running. I can't go into too much detail because I'll have to put a lot of pictures on and of stats and stuff like that, but it's to do with trying to make yourself more symmetrical whilst you're running. So that's concentrating on posture. So you sort of bowed your back and you're looking into the horizon. And it's all about tension and using this thing called fascia, which is it's like the thin coating that goes around your muscles, and it's all about using tension. So when you're hitting the ground on like a flat foot, believe it or not, it calls like a tripod. So you're hitting the floor like that and you're almost springing off the floor, and it's a more efficient way of using the tension that you've naturally got in your body rather than using muscles which will cause you fatigue and that over time. And I feel like this is really feeling good now. My times have actually improved. It's a great thing to use, like with the heart rate monitor I have, it has lots of stats below, like your oscillation ratio and how much time you're spending on each foot going down, stuff like that. You've probably seen all those stats. If you have, then they're worth paying attention to, and he uses those stats a lot to see if you're running correctly the way he explains it. So trying to get your feet 50-50 on the floor, you start to see if you're spending too much time on one foot. And I do actually spend too much time on my right foot, so I'm in the middle of trying to work on that. It's about getting your body right below, your feet right below your body as they land, so they're sort of underneath yourself and just springing off of the fascia that are in your all up your body. So the tension just naturally takes you along. So it sounds really confusing, but it's actually quite simple, and it's all about recording yourself running and stuff like that. So I'm going to really hit on this now. I've been learning this for the last 2 weeks. I was trying to get myself prepared for the marathon. I did it for my long run, on my silly long run 2 days back. And it definitely feels like it makes a difference. It's a more efficient way of running. So I'll do a more comprehensive video on that soon with some videos of myself running in slow motion and explain a bit more about it. But he's a great coach, and he's been all around the world watching people that don't have bad posture from looking at mobile phones, and just people that run the natural way because that's the only way they know. And it seems like the Western world has completely gone off of that, and we're all a bit slumped, and we actually run funny compared to people that don't use phones and that all day long and sit at a desk all day long. They stand and they run really naturally. So it's worth a look. I'd recommend getting his book and have a look at his YouTube and stuff like that. I've nothing to do with it. I'm not trying to gain anything. I'm trying to give some advice out to people that it's probably a great way to look at your running and see if you can be running more efficiently. So that's basically it today. So again, thank you for everyone that comments. If you don't comment and you watch, please give me a shout on there. I'll always write back to you. Send me, you know, what worked for you in a marathon and what didn't. And if I'm expecting to bonk after 20 miles, then let me know your experience with it. And I really appreciate everyone taking time to write to me saying that, and I take all the advice on board. So I'm enjoying the YouTube thing. I'm going to keep doing this for years and years. It's gone better than I ever expected. I'm still trying to push up to sort of get to 1,000 subscribers where things become a little bit easier. So if you haven't done that yet, do me a favour and hit that button below, and we'll go on this journey together. So thanks so much for joining me. Stevo Runs. Check out my Strava, my Instagram, all those things if you want. If you're into all that, then I'll appreciate it, and I'll speak to you all soon. Ciao for now, Stevo.